Good morning. Okay, these will get shorter and shorter as we get close to the end. We're still making very good progress. We have no reason to believe that we won't complete our count by tomorrow evening at some point. Yesterday we had 549 ballots go in that represented cures and the ID required. We expect to have a small number of those today as well. Again, the deadline for the cure is tomorrow at 5 p.m., at which time we'll be able to move all of those ballots that are eligible to be counted forward and get into the system. The provisional update, we are making, again, very good progress in the process on our end as far as determining which of those are eligible to count. The Secretary of State has sent us reports and continues to send them. Those are in review, and again, we don't anticipate having any issue rolling those into the system tomorrow. So in tomorrow's press conference, we will give you information as to when we expect to report those. I don't know if we're going to go late into the evening or not. If not, there's a possibility we might do it late tomorrow evening. Otherwise, it will probably be Friday morning at 10 at this final press conference. U.S. mail, yesterday was the last day. However, it is worth mentioning that 15 federal ballots did come in late in the day yesterday that were eligible to count, and they were processed. Questions?
The conversation continues to be about these allegations of nefarious activities still to this point. Has anything changed on that end from your perspective?
Nothing changed as far as what we're doing to address them. We are still working with the Secretary of State. The items that we've sent in are still consistent. There has not been an allegation that we weren't able to in one way or another explain or give a scenario as to why or if it occurred. We'll continue to look. As long as that information comes in, we'll provide it. Yes?
Can you just explain the process by which the SOS office determines which provisional ballots are good to count, conveys that to your office? Does it come in chunks? One big report? How does that all work?
The Office of the Secretary of State takes information from all counties and compares them to make sure that we're not allowing any duplicate votes from county to county. We're not the only ones continuing to process. Washoe also has work to be done, so it does come in small chunks. The first one being the largest. And then after that, it's just follow-up because we continue to get ballots that cure, and so we need to report that. They need to do a quick check. That'll continue to happen tomorrow, and at 5 o'clock, it all closes down, and we'll know exactly what needs to be counted.
And as you get these reports, do you automatically count those and put them into the system to be released, say,
No.
This morning, or all at one time?
All at one time tomorrow. We'll start rolling them in.
So we are still counting, Mr. Doe, we don't expect to have numbers till tomorrow.
Well, today was a small kick up. It was 549. So somewhere in those areas, I can't tell you exactly how many, but we do continue to cure. So those ballots will continue to go in. So tomorrow I'll have a report. It'll probably be another small increase. And then there will be a big jump in the early voting and election day numbers as the provisional ballots roll in. No later than Friday at our 10 o'clock press conference, which will be our last, related to what we've been doing over the past several days. And then we'll go about finishing up our reconciling so that we can take care of the canvass on Monday. Yes?
I know that, of course, as you said, a recount cannot be processed or accepted until after canvassing on Monday, but if one were to come down, what would that process look like?
That would process. The Nevada state law requires us to count those ballots exactly how we did on election night and throughout this period. So it would look like us in the tabulation room reading through all of the mail ballots again, reading all of the cartridges from early voting on election day. It would be done identically to what we've done on election night and since then.
One more. Just to lighten the mood a little bit as we're coming to the end here.
Lightening the mood, I like that.
Yes,
all right.
It's been stressful. It's a lot of work to get this accomplished. Andy Reid had a cheeseburger to celebrate the Super Bowl. What are you going to do once canvass is complete? What is going to be the thing that makes you relax once this is all over?
I think sleep will be number one. Yeah, it has been a very stressful election, and my staff has done a tremendous job of hanging on. And as I mentioned the other day, they did seem to get a pep in their step because they knew we were close to the end. Unfortunately, our job doesn't end. We've got 2 initiative petitions that are coming in next week that we are statutorily required to work. We're really hoping that we can manage it so that our staff does get their Thanksgiving with families. And of course, if there's a recount, then we're required to get that started within 5 days of the request, and we have to finish in 5 days. So that would be a mad rush to get that done. So we're not done. But yeah, sleep and time with family. I need to remember what my sons and my wife, what's like hanging out with them.
Mr. Judge, so to summarize, we are just, you just have to count the ones that come through mail. That's the only ones that we are waiting to.
The mail is done. The deadline was yesterday. So let me just try to quickly summarize one more time.
Yes, please.
We still have cures because that deadline is not until tomorrow at 5 p.m. So if anybody calls into cure and they provide the information that's necessary, those need to be counted. I believe we're at the tail end of our ID required, and those could be provisional or they could be the mail ballot, because I have described that that's a manual process. But they will be small numbers. As you can see by today, it's 549 that it's going up. The big number that's still left to report are the provisionals, and we don't have any reason to believe that we won't be rolling those into the results for review sometime tomorrow.
You mentioned the recount. If there is going to be a recount, do you guys feel that you're prepared to take that on? You have enough staff to do that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been on track here. It's been worse than the recount. We've been on track with everything. As I started from the beginning saying, we will finish on time. So yes, we'll be ready to do whatever comes our way. Thanks, folks. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow morning.